Have you ever been driving along a familiar road, only to suddenly feel a little less sure of yourself? Maybe your reactions don't seem as quick, or the traffic feels faster than it used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. A lot of people start to feel this way as they get older, and it's completely natural. But here's the good news: driving after 75 doesn't have to be scary. In fact, with just a few simple adjustments, you can stay safe, confident, and comfortable behind the wheel for years to come. Think about this: you've probably been driving for decades. You've navigated highways, country roads, city streets, you name it. You've driven in rain, snow, and rush hour traffic. If anyone has experience on the road, it's you. So why should a number, 75, 80, even 85, make you doubt yourself? The key isn't giving up driving, it's adapting. That's exactly what we are going to talk about today: how you can make a few simple changes to keep driving safely and confidently, no matter your age. One of the biggest concerns people have as they get older is reaction time. Maybe you've noticed that it takes a second longer to brake when a car in front of you stops suddenly, or maybe turning your head to check your blind spot isn't as easy as it once was. This doesn't mean you're a bad driver, it just means your body is changing. And that's okay. The first thing you can do to stay sharp on the road is to focus on keeping your body flexible and strong. Now, you don't have to become a professional athlete to improve your driving. A few simple stretches and exercises can make a huge difference. For example, if turning your head to check your blind spot feels stiff, try gentle neck stretches a couple of times a day. Just sit up straight, slowly turn your head to one side, hold for a few seconds, then turn to the other side. It might not seem like much, but over time, these small movements can make checking your surroundings much easier. Strength matters too, especially in your legs and feet. Your ability to press the brake quickly and firmly is crucial for safety. If you find that your legs feel weak or slow to react, try some simple seated exercises. Something as easy as lifting your heels while sitting in a chair, then lifting your toes, can help keep your ankles strong and flexible. Even a short daily walk can improve your overall mobility and reflexes. Another thing that can make driving feel overwhelming is the ever-changing technology in cars. These days, vehicles come with all kinds of new features: backup cameras, lane departure warnings, automatic braking systems. While these are designed to help, they can also be confusing if you're not used to them. That's why one of the smartest things you can do is take a little time to get to know your car. If you've recently bought a new car, or even if you've had the same one for a while, spend a few minutes going through the features. Sit in the driver's seat, take a look at the dashboard, and press a few buttons to see what they do. If your car has a backup camera, practice using it in a quiet parking lot where you don't feel rushed. If it has lane departure warnings, pay attention to when they activate so you're not caught off guard. The more familiar you are with your car's technology, the more you'll be able to use it to your advantage. And remember, if something feels overwhelming, you don't have to figure it out alone. Many dealerships offer free tutorials on how to use the features in your car. You can also ask a family member or friend to walk you through anything you're unsure about. The important thing is that you feel in control of your vehicle, not the other way around. Now, we've talked about keeping your body in shape for driving and getting comfortable with your car's technology, but there's something else that plays a big role in how safe and confident you feel behind the wheel: your vision. Let's talk about that next. One of the biggest factors in safe driving, at any age, is your vision. Think about how much your eyes do while you're on the road. You're reading street signs, checking mirrors, watching for pedestrians, and scanning for brake lights ahead of you. If your vision isn't as sharp as it used to be, it can make driving feel more stressful. But the good news is, there are simple ways to make sure your eyesight is working for you, not against you. First things first, regular eye exams are a must. Even if you feel like your vision is fine, small changes can happen gradually, and you might not even realize it. Maybe you're straining a little more at night, or having trouble seeing street signs until you're right up close. A quick visit to the eye doctor can catch any changes early, whether that means updating your prescription or checking for common age-related issues like cataracts or glaucoma. Speaking of night driving, this is a big one. Many people over 75 start to feel uneasy driving after dark, and that's completely understandable. The glare from headlights, dimly lit roads, and reduced depth perception can all make night driving more challenging. But you don't have to avoid it completely if you take the right precautions. If you find that bright lights bother you more than they used to, try anti-glare lenses in your glasses. They can help reduce the halo effect around headlights and make nighttime visibility clearer. And here's another simple tip: keep your windshield and headlights clean. It might seem like a small detail, but even a little bit of dirt or streaking can scatter light and make it harder to see. Another trick: stick to well-lit roads whenever possible. If you're planning to go out at night, choose routes with good street lighting and clear signage. And if night driving still feels uncomfortable, there's no shame in limiting it or arranging rides when needed. The goal is to drive when you feel confident, not pressured. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: your reaction time. We touched on this earlier with flexibility and strength, but your mental alertness plays just as big a role. If you've ever been caught off guard by a car stopping suddenly, or a cyclist darting into the street, you know how important it is to react quickly. One of the best ways to keep your mind sharp behind the wheel is to stay engaged in activities that challenge your brain. Reading, puzzles, even certain video games can help keep your reaction time strong. And don't underestimate the power of rest. Fatigue can slow your reflexes. So if you're feeling even slightly drowsy before a drive, take a break. A short nap, or even just a few minutes of deep breathing, can make a difference. Hydration matters, too. Dehydration can cause fatigue and foggy thinking, which are the last things you want when you're driving. Make it a habit to drink enough water throughout the day, especially before getting behind the wheel. And here's something you might not have considered: your medications. Many prescriptions, including common ones for blood pressure, pain relief, and allergies, can cause drowsiness or dizziness. Always check the labels, and if you're unsure about a medication's effects on driving, ask your doctor. Sometimes a small adjustment, like taking your medication at night instead of in the morning, can make a big difference in how you feel during the day. Now that we've covered vision, reaction time, and how small changes can keep you feeling confident on the road, let's talk about another important factor: your driving environment. Because where and when you drive can have just as much impact as how you drive. Where and when you drive can make a big difference in how comfortable and confident you feel behind the wheel. You don't have to give up driving, but you can be smart about choosing the best conditions for you. Let's start with timing. You've probably noticed that traffic feels a little more hectic at certain times of the day. Rush hour, both in the morning and evening, can be stressful, with drivers weaving in and out, sudden stops, and long waits at traffic lights. If you don't have to be on the road during those peak hours, why not plan your trips around them? Running errands mid-morning or early afternoon can make for a much more relaxed driving experience. Weather is another big factor. Rain, fog, or even just a particularly bright sunny day can make it harder to see clearly and react quickly. If the forecast calls for bad weather, ask yourself, do I really need to go out right now, or can this wait for a clearer day? And if you do need to drive, slow down, keep a safe distance from other cars, and give yourself extra time to react. Now, let's talk about where you drive. If you've been driving in the same area for years, you probably have a few favorite routes, ones you know like the back of your hand. But sometimes, construction, detours, or new traffic patterns can make familiar roads feel unfamiliar. If a certain road always stresses you out, maybe it's a highway with too many lanes or an intersection that feels confusing, it's okay to avoid it. Look for alternate routes that feel more comfortable, even if they take a few extra minutes. Roundabouts, for example, can be tricky if you're not used to them. If you come across one and feel unsure, remember to take your time. Yield to traffic already in the circle, enter when it's safe, and exit calmly. The key is to stay steady and avoid rushing. Parking can also be a challenge, especially in busy areas. If parallel parking or squeezing into tight spots makes you nervous, look for parking lots with plenty of space. Many shopping centers and grocery stores have designated spots for seniors or people with mobility concerns. Take advantage of them. And if backing into a spot feels tricky, don't hesitate to use your backup camera or take an extra moment to adjust. There's no rush. And speaking of adjustments, don't be afraid to make small modifications to your car to make driving easier. A simple seat cushion can improve visibility, and a steering wheel cover with better grip can make turning smoother. If reaching for the gas or brake pedal doesn't feel as easy as it used to, there are pedal extenders designed to help. Another option worth considering is a refresher driving course. It's not about relearning how to drive, it's about picking up new strategies to feel safer and more in control on today's roads. Many organizations, like AAA or AARP, offer senior driving courses that cover everything from handling modern traffic conditions to making the most of new car features. Plus, completing one might even qualify you for a discount on your car insurance. At the end of the day, the goal isn't just to stay on the road, it's to enjoy the freedom that comes with driving, while making sure you're doing it safely. You've spent years gaining experience and developing good driving habits. A few small changes here, and they can help you continue to drive with confidence for as long as possible. So, as you get ready for your next drive, remember, you're not giving up control, you're taking charge of your safety. And that's